Oh, no. I'm having technical difficulties. I know you can hear me twice right now, but okay, so maybe I don't know why it's not working. Maybe I have to do it again. Did you guys hear anything? Oh my goodness. Why is it not working? Alright, there, there. Oh my goodness. Why is it not working? Alright, let me. Hmm. It's not this. Something happened. No, stuff looks fine. I don't know what's going on. Why is my Switch acting like this? Cute little Ocarina. I'm desperately trying to figure out why my Switch audio is not working. Oh, there we go. What the fuck just happened? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, I'm glad it works now. That was an awkward 5 minutes. Alright, let's finish this case. But yeah, I'm in PNG format. I don't feel like being movable today. Whatever that means. And again, as usual, guys, I only read Edgeworth's lines. Oh god, hold on. I have to move that. You gotta scooch. Although you are a little bit see-through. Oh yeah, I forgot you're see-through, so people can still kind of see through you. Maybe I have to make myself a little bit smaller. No, I agree. This is your little form. No. Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Although, that might be easier said than done. Judge Gavel's deduction yesterday. I don't remember it because it wasn't yesterday for me. It's been like how many weeks too? Had Knight's body really been thrown down the well? The answer to that question will surely show us the way forward. But before we begin, I should tidy up my organizer a little. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Well, well, well. Oh god, let me stop. I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book. What is it, Kay? If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down in the well. Judge Gavel's theory was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard. And then, during the performance, he threw the body down the well. Mouse arena. Good idea. I'll call Detective Gumshoe. Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard, and bring Missile with you. I'm fairly sure Missile belongs to the precinct. I'd also like you to bring one of our witnesses. Call the Berry Big Circus and ask Mr. Janet Berry to come down here with you. Obviously investigate the well. He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kay. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one. Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief. It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it. Good idea. That was when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage. We didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows? We may have overlooked something. Beepity beep boop. Oh my god. Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now. But this particular recreation, not recreation. Recreation is based on Kay's photo, so we shouldn't run into any problems. That's enough preamble. Shall we get started? Thank you for the reminder. Now, let's take a look at that well. We should examine this area carefully. It may just hold the clue we need. There's a sturdy-looking hemp rope lying on the ground. The answer is okay. I see it also has a metal stake attached to one end. But there was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for? There's a 30-pound weight. It's a metal weight of some kind. Looks like it weighs... Projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember how heavy it was, Kay? It doesn't seem related to the circus show, at any rate. What are a bunch of police doing here? They don't seem to be, well, police for lifting buckets. The ball was behind the stage, which means there aren't many people who could have thrown Knight's body down it during the show. This is looking worse and worse for Mr. Saint. Indeed, nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. We'll have to ask Miss Berry later. Yes, this is where the circus show stage stood. I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. Definitely. These chairs must have been for the audience. Really? Why? Not personally. I've told other people to do it though. I'll consider it. Not exactly inspired though, is it? Was Miss Berry having an off day when she came up with it? I suspect that's all. I suspect that's about all there is to find for now. Detective Gumshoe should be here soon too. Okay, you can pound it up Mr. Thief now. Ah, detective. That was indeed impressively quick. It's very much appreciated. Alright, detective, let's get started with Missile. What's wrong with him? Well, I doubt he'll be of much help to us like this. Yes, actually. Miss Berry, would you mind lending us a hand? I don't doubt she could do it, but... nothing quite like that. I'd simply like an account of what the art looked like during the show. If you'd be so kind. This was so cute though. Oh, I love the little tail wag, it's so cute. I love doggos. Hmm? The area behind the stage is missing. Objection, Fender. So we can examine the scene both during and after the show, and switch between the two at will. I can switch between recreations, I keep saying recreations by using extra talk with K. Now then, let's continue our investigation, shall we? The chairs are lined up neatly for the show. Though we know there were a few empty seats during the performance. You entered a karaoke contest. And tell me you didn't actually sing that. She did well to take second place. Or perhaps stole is more apt. Or is it more that she failed to steal first place? I'm overthinking this. Sure are, honey. It's the pen that held Zaya, the Asian elephant. Now empty as the lady herself is on stage. What do you mean? Not if one turned off the electricity. Through an entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not. She seems to be enjoying the challenge. I'll leave her to it. The basket was empty in the other recreation. Oh? Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this. I mean, should make a note of this. Ah, same shit. Ugh. This pond is home to Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator. I somewhat doubt an alligator could pick a carcass clean like that. If you say so. An interesting talent, though not one I'm particularly envious of. Ah yes, that scene. Roughly how long would you say Mr. Saint was off stage for, Miss Berry? Just as Judge Cavell said. I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly. A trick. Do you have any idea what kind of trick? Oops, I'm supposed to read that. Seems like we're missing data for this point in time. I don't steal data, okay? I use logic and deduction to get what I need. Please don't add to my workload with your recklessness. I would hate to have to order your arrest. Fair enough. He said we can switch between. I wanna switch. A wicker basket, or rather, a cart given the wheels. Where did any of that come from? Alright, same thing. Okay, I mean, if that's what you think it's worth. You? That full-grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond? Yes, super. Roll me into this. It is? I've never seen him so excited. I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them, Detective. It's possible that vital evidence has already been destroyed. Without Kay's reproduction of the scene, we have no hope of finding it. Thank you. That would be very helpful. Alright. So, the alligator probably ate something. R.I.P. alligator. Hmm. This is so cute. Oops, I didn't mean that. Any of this they put together? I don't know what's supposed to go together. Oh, I'm just gonna guess right now. I mean, I figured, but hey, you have to try everything. I mean, she didn't eat it. I feel so lost. Please don't. It's electrified. In the warden's office, I believe. This facility would probably function better as a zoo than a prison. This door appears to be locked. No, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key. You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. Dang. Is this again? I was about to say. Looks like this was designed for raising and lowering a bucket. The side of the bucket, though. that everything? I guess I have to do logic now. I don't know. No? Listen, you don't know if there's an electrical connection unless you try. The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Isaiah. Are you sure about that? Then we must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within Isaiah's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation K. Little wonder it smelled of animals. It was being used for the elephant. So they vanished overnight. Quite possibly. Well, I'm glad he knows, because I don't. No. I'm trying my best here. And probably people going crazy like, what are you doing? The answer's right there! Oh. No. Did I do this already? I don't remember. The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene. Did it have something to do with all the items we found by the well? Okay, I'd like to have another look at the equipment around the well from yesterday. Can you have Mr. Thief bring up the recreation from when they were tearing down the stage? Taking another look at these items. Could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's? Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details. Sometime later. Excellent. Well, how does it work? Oh. Wait, no. See, he put that weight there afterwards. What was really holding up was Brody's body. Gotta say, Knight, there we go. He was using Knight's body. I see, so he used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to? Miss Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake. The stake was released, and the weight dropped down the well. It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough. Well, before you run away to do so, would you mind updating the simulation? So this is how Mr. Saint performed his trick. Indeed, but I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight, more than him at the very least. It would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that. Mr. Saint used the well to construct a contraption that would send him flying from the stage. He made clever use of 2 ropes. This tarp is just like the one we saw in the workshop. Yes, but why is it here? Okay. And I tend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts. It does? I'm not sure I quite see it myself. You'd face some stiff resistance if you tried, I can promise you that. A pulley and a rope. I suppose the two do tend to go together. Sorry, but the proper pairing in this case is a great thief and a set of handcuffs. This is the rope that was hanging out the well. You try to be serious, Kay. Actually, you may be onto something. You might want to consider what could have really been attached to it. You haven't noticed, Detective? Something strange about the weight we found. How heavy it is? Hold on. Oh, I don't think it's how heavy it is. Maybe it is how heavy it is? Because it's in pounds. And typically... oops. Nope. Typically, a man of his age and height would definitely weigh more than 30 pounds. Is it really the weight? I mean, it would be strange that there's only one. What is it made of? It's made out of metal, right? Right? It's made out of metal? I'm gonna go with how heavy it is, because... Sure, 30 pounds is heavy, but... not heavy enough to launch somebody into the air like that. The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground. Ooh. In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing? Should they need to use Memorize, I suppose I should speak with him then. Well, the need has arisen. No. Hmm. Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons. The metal detector, if you would be so kind. Oh, they changed it. They really changed it. The they're the same as the wheat we found by the well. It must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose? So somebody hid several of the same weights as the one by the well. Why? And why over here? What's the matter, detective? You're sure it's not responding to the weights we just found? And she's gone? That's the name. Allie, the warden's favorite pet. I highly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? Is it the missing keys? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Okay, could you recreate the scene again? I'm sorry, what? What? Let me look at the history. Hold on. Let's... I missed something. I mean, I guess rope is missing? I don't know. Would it be here? No, it doesn't. No. Yeah, it's missing rope, isn't it? Maybe it's here? No! Oh my god. I'm about to lose y'all. Is it really not the rope? Nope. Oh no. I don't know. Is it not the rope? What could it be? Sorry. Oh, is it this? Hold on, let me try this. No! Oh my god. No! How's it not it? Okay. Alright, this is like my last chance. Oh my god. It's my last chance. Oh my god, thank god. I did it! I didn't lose! Think about the two recreations. The one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the two. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing. Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we have received for us. Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we've collected might tell us exactly that.
Take that!
This rope was found beside Knight's body. Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick. Yes, but this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. It wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else. Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you'll soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weights.
Take that!
It could only have been Knight's body that was dropped down the well. Yes, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used a contraption to make his exit from the stage. When he let the rope around his body loose, both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden. Precisely. We can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer. Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this.
Take that!
This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it. No, not quite. But if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go to such lengths to commit his crime? Knight's body fell down the well, and Mr. Saint used this contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show. That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Barry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together? In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. Did Candace know about this contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells. Which means Candace isn't the killer, which I've been saying since the very beginning. It's not Candace. Like literally, I've been saying that like from the very beginning. Go on. Detective, don't tell me you think invisible people really exist. What a winning idea. Perhaps we should make your assignment to Mr. Winner permanent from tomorrow. People in glass houses. Um, I'm just double checking, okay? Shut out, Edgeworth. Shut up. Just gotta make sure I got everything. Alright. Cause I'm not trying to lose here. Maybe I should save just in case. So I don't like so just in case. The basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we've deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time. And then the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door. Which can only mean... I love how there's just a guard nearby, of course. That was fast. Guard, where's the key for this door? Warden the guard is the only one with a key. Meaning, if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow. But all these breakers, they must control the electricity for the whole prison. Well, I doubt they came here by mistake thinking it was a break room. They must have come to tamper with the switches. Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? Was it the... security camera?
Take that!
There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage. It seems very likely. Do you think it was the killer? It's true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them. Oh, and there's an ad. Which means the killer would have had to be someone who had access to the breakers. And it seemed only one person has the key. It couldn't be. Would it? Good morning, Mr. Winter. And I see you've made a late one, Judge Cavell. We'll see about that.
Hold it!
That won't be necessary. Use this. We've already finished investigating the yard, and won quite the prize in the process. Your Honor, I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disprove it. How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat.
Overruled. Objection!
The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving a Simeon Saint's innocence. You're ruthless, goddamn. That's still your assertion, and you can prove it, of course. She really is a very busy woman, busy looking after baby Winter. Judge Gavelle hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor. Yes, I think I just might. Yeah. Well, Judge Gavelle hasn't carried out a full investigation of the yard yet. I should review the evidence we gathered during our investigation of the yard. Oh, sorry. Is it this one? Okay, there we go. Look at me being smart. Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption. You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant. He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. And dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick.
Objection! Hold it!
It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. The second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, and thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We have found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show.
Objection! Objection!
If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Gavell theorized, without these extra steps. Miss Bear! Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick works? And there you have it.
Overruled!
Is what I am doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so? See, that's the thing. Like, I know I've said this before. Like, when I was taking one of my courses in college, basically, we were talking about how to some people, an eye for an eye is just and right, you know? Like, if somebody steals from you, you steal from them. But then, to us, that's wrong, right? Well, maybe not us, but basically, like, other people, you know? To them, that's wrong, you know? You don't get even like that. So honestly, like, obviously there are some, like, universal wrongs, but the point still stands. What's right and wrong is not the same for everybody. Sorry, I was looking at some stuff on me phone. Wait. Why is she getting mad at him for helping the defense when she's the one who's taking away his prosecutor rights? Makes sense. I think only of what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can bring to bear. Okay, what is it? Oof. Did she just say that is pretty sus? But we've all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely plausible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else. True. I need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge.
Hold it!
Was there really no other way he could have come here? And presumably, not every witnesses have testified to having seen such a thing.
Hold it!
You're certain nobody else had the opportunity.
Hold it!
But Mr. Saint was under that same scrutiny, was he not?
Overruled! Objection!
It seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor.
Overruled!
Very well, then recall this fact if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around the prison. But there was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison. A time when it would have been possible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored.
Take that!
Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity. Eustace. Stay with us, please. We had previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. And from this we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected. It was completely possible to create the 3-hour gap using this.
Take that!
Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one which can be used to cut the power to security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened around the time of the murder.
Objection!
No. But one person could have. That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question them.
Objection!
There's only one person who meets these criteria. I can hardly believe it myself. Would have to follow where logically. The person who had access to the power room key.
Take that!
The real culprit is what in the card? He's not just a pretty face. Missile also has quite the nose for sweet things. It seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed, and it's coming from you. Then perhaps it is a sweet stench of death. And that is precisely what I'm calling you. Sadly, it is not, although I can hardly believe it myself. But this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. What is it? Is it the breaker again?
Take that!
Nope. Yeah, I kind of figured it was. Oh. This is no joke, Warden. You are the killer. Oh, I didn't realize we were doing it based off the smell.
Take that!
I'm sorry. Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here's your accuser. We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you. It seems Judge Gavel may have reached a similar conclusion to myself. I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as coincidence. However... we should. And when we have, this case will finally be at an end. What do you mean? Oh my goodness. Well, it's 'cause you didn't have to. You can literally just go through the gate. She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. She'll have to find some other way of getting the truth out of her. She literally could have turned off the electricity to the fence and just go through.
Hold it!
The murder took place in his cell. He seemed very happy to accept that. Yes, that was from being struck by Mr. Carcerado. Though I needn't tell her that, I suppose. Oh, there's been no testimony to the contrary.
Hold it!
Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison?
Hold it!
So you were in your office the whole time, and you didn't notice anything unusual. And you didn't notice anything missing. What? She still has a job? It seems like I'll need more than the power room key to expose her. Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison. What if you took another route? No, you had another way in. I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. Okay, yeah, it'll be here.
Take that!
Oh, whoops, hold on. Warden, you took Knight from his cell and brought him to your office, which just happens to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel. The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room. And only you had the key, Warden. And no one but you could have done it.
Overruled!
Okay, but there's nothing saying that she didn't turn it off the day before, you know? But there must be some way she could have done it. If I don't find a solution, she might still wriggle out of this. Sure. No matter how you look at it, Warden the guard couldn't have done it alone.
Objection!
Bro said shut up. And that was a reflexive objection. But now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me. Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems. I mean, I would have to go and compass here. It's the only thing that really makes sense. I mean, even if I get it wrong, I couldn't have done it alone. What if she wasn't alone? I believe that Warden the guard had an accomplice.
Overruled!
And despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Carcerato's escape. No, so our accomplice must be human.
Overruled. Objection!
I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. And the fact is, there's one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just evidence to show who that free roaming person was. We do? Well, true, for a while his bracelet was broken. I'll try it, see if it's the right one.
Take that!
My goodness, it's getting dark in here. Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner. Ooh. Frank saw it. Warden, the guard's favorite inmate. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden, and wander freely around the prison all the while. It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such a leeway to certain others. Candace, for example. In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Saw himself? I'm confident he will confirm for us that he and Warden the Guard were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them had worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. She was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop, by having Mr. Sawat shut off the corresponding breakers. And? Do you still deny it, Warden the God? What? Candace? Everything? Wait, is that how he became the fixer? She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect meal. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail. What's the secret behind the fixer's system, and why she was... That's why you were interrogating Mr. Canis over and over. His letters. And then I suppose she must know about his correspondence chess games too. Has she really been cleared of all suspicion though? Or is there more about her to uncover? I don't know, you know, I feel like maybe we should rest. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. And I think the Goddess of Justice would agree. Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called fixer's delivery route. I believe she uses that same route to move Knight's body. It's in the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden the guard uses to signal a delivery. Oh, cause remember? Canis told us that his dog had brought in a body to him, and he said, "The fuck, I don't want this, and take it somewhere else." So yeah, see, it could still be her. Right? Right, see, I'm remembering things. Yeah, because he was like, oh yeah, my dog brought in a body. Which now makes more sense because it had this sweet scent on it. So, the dog would come and take it away. What do you make of that? What can I do? This is as far as we go. It wasn't me. Mr. Fender? Fender? He's trying to coax Ward in the Guard into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go to all the trouble of sending Knight's body on such an odd journey? It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis. If he was convicted of committing murder here, that could have been grounds for a transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility. Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. Wow, I like how they did that. So it looks like she's like literally like looking at her from the side. I like that. Me either, I felt that. Thank you for the timely intervention. I shall. What you got for me, Fifi? Yes, you killed him. You've clearly never met Mr. Knight. Truly. Truly.
Hold it!
You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that? That's a very touching reason indeed, and I don't believe a word of it. Knight was being kept in a holding cell, while Mr. Canis was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were at opposite ends of the facility? But Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. I can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time.
Hold it!
How could he take a disliking to somebody all the way over in the holding cells? Why is she looking at me like that? No. I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught. Onslaught.
Hold it!
What more can you tell us about those sordid details? They must make some sort of report for the warden when new prisoners are admitted. He's even keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. I see. Thank you for your thoughts. They were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind. He's got another fan! That's the thing, how do you know it was a chisel? We literally, like, just found it. Hold on. It's like, literally. Okay, like, hello?
Objection!
No? Oh no. No! I know I'm on the right track. I know I am. Let me just press. I know I'm on the right track. Which chest set would that be precisely? Oh my god, you can hear the sirens. Hold on, I'm gonna mute real quick. How does she know about the chisel in the chest set? Only a few people were supposed to know about that. After all, we only learned about it thanks to certain deductions were made. I mean, thanks to certain deductions we made. So, how did she find out?
Objection!
See, I knew I was on the right track. I just presented the wrong evidence. Warden the guard. You strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance. You said earlier that you didn't know much about Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel.
Objection!
You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. And that is entirely irrelevant and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chest set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived.
Objection!
You checked him? I find that hard to believe. Because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Judge Gavel, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set? If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden the Guard? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival. Precisely. So, Warden the Guard, and answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I submit that you... None, Your Honor. Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. You know what? I'll just go with it. Go with it. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate.
Objection!
Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement? Okay. We're almost to the end, guys. I've literally been on this same case for weeks.
Hold it!
So I am right in assuming that you talked to Knight the night before the show. 3 AM. I fall squarely within the window of time laid out in the autopsy report. It seems rather late for a friendly chat. Would you have been asleep? Regardless, I find it somewhat odd that you would choose to question him at such a late hour. Our office, which is where we believe the body was moved from. Would you mind appending what you just said to your testimony?
Hold it!
Remind me where your office is? I understand that you also have access to the yard. You have the means and the opportunity. It's hardly impossible.
Overruled! Objection!
There's no other way that the body could have been moved.
Overruled!
I probably shouldn't push this any further for now.
Hold it!
What did you and Knight speak about? his hobbies, and then I imagine you talked about the chess. Has he seen Knight's correspondence chess diagram?
Hold it!
How was he when you spoke with him? Promoting a prawn? En passant and promoting a pawn. Seems he spared no one from his obsession with chess.
Hold it!
If he would really go back to his cell. Sorry, I yawned. He would still be alive today. She really does hate Canis. Word in the guard, I must insist that you append that statement to your testimony. Wait a minute. Would it be this?
Objection!
Yeah, boy! I got it! Judge Gavel, I'd like you to take a look at this. It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Ward in the Guard. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You've seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too. Oh, come on now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. Personally, interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. As you said, Mr. Canis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were. You also told us that you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. And then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. And it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Canis' henchman, sent to kill you. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chest set you found a hidden chisel. As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing. Canis. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canis. And that is why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Gavel, your verdict, please. Alright, why are we still holding it? I think we've proven that it's you who didn't understand things correctly. You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honor, the verdict?
Overruled.
What? He's not Phoenix. I'm certain that Warden the Guard is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. But if the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon is there here in this facility?
Objection. Overruled.
What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? Confound it! This question throws everything we've deduced out the window. It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. Oh, add. Hey. Judge Gabel. Okay, but when are we gonna address the fact that her alligator ate something metallic? When are we gonna get to that? She's right. I have to put forward a number of theories. I have put forward a number of theories that prove to be flawed in one way or another. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided. That's it. I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled.
Objection.
think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor. Look, she gave you your chance, and now she's giving him his chance. Shut up. I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog Helmut, and the fact that he wasn't at the show. These and other factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first.
Overruled. Hold it.
But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? And just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel is the murder weapon. But why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is a murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? In order to get Knight transferred, that's crazy. Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest.
Hold it.
Mr. Winter, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us. Indeed, that was her plan right from the start. To frame Canis. I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist.
Objection.
We could just find the real murder weapon.
Objection. Objection.
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside this prison. This would have made sure of that. I'm glad you at least remember what that is. What it is. And do you remember what it does? Precisely. If there was another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken off the premises. Premises. Judge Gavel. Alright. We know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chest set. But our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in. How did the weapon the guard used get into the prison? Of course, that's how. The fact that this is here with us shows how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well.
Take that.
Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Canis yesterday. So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized, as part of the evidence Warden the guard borrowed from the police. Mr. Canis's knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it. Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look like as if the chisel was the murder weapon, then attached the bell to it. In doing so, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Canis. And who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person whom it had been entrusted.
Objection!
Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique, because there are only 2 of them in existence. By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer.
Hold it!
I don't, not yet, anyway. Mr. Winter, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Right, this isn't about what's convenient for you. You have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? There's a worthless excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigative authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. You know full well that she will do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. No! If we give the guard the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. What do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Only I can save Mr. Saint, and that means... even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? Hell yeah. Suppose this must be how a certain serial lover always feels. Yeah, definitely. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. I've got it. The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canis's knife is. It's in the fucking alligator. I do. Not at all. You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. Mr. for my heart. Think, Miles, think. Somewhere not even the police would search. The blind spot in this hiding place that the warden could be absolutely sure of. Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be? So many, man, so many. There's the faintest possibility I'm right, but We stand to lose everything. Oh, Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is. There we go.
Take that!
Indeed. And the alligator.
Take that!
Of course. And that's what it must have been. The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. You might recall that Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? And that's right, the murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there. We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Cavell, we need to know what's inside that alligator. Please, Regina? Right, please, by all means. Ward in the God. The real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess? As you wish, then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed. It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Canis's knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight. Wait, they were all animals? What the fuck? See, I told you it wasn't Canis. I knew from the start. But I see they didn't go the Met on guard route again. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. We have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis. It will be vital to know if Ward and the Guard was simply jumping to conclusions on that front. There's Clueless, and then there's you. It's winning time. Oh no. The Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place. being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe. That's a good balance, right? There must be only one set of laws for everyone. But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience? Mr. Saint talking directly to me? Small victories, I suppose. Sure. I'm not actually in the journey, though. Oh yeah, if you actually think about it like that, you think you're like really close friends just to find out that your friend murdered somebody because they hated them so much. It's like, I never really knew you, huh? Like, again, you just never really know with anybody. You could literally be like the bestest of friends, and then someday you just look up and suddenly you find out they're arrested for murdering like their spouse or something. It's sad. I mean, even if you did, though, you'd probably still do it. Like, if he was really that motivated, he'd do it. Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. I should show him the thing that proves Knight trusted him. Oh, what would it be? Would it be the chess set? I don't know. I'll go with the chess set, I guess.
Take that!
Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape. No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh. Honestly, if you think about it that way, that's really sweet. But yourself. Oh, see, now I'm a little bit sad. Like, I still don't like Bronco, because you know he did kill a man, but I mean, at least he wasn't so far gone that he'd get his friend involved. I mean, in a way, he still did by accident, but his intention wasn't really. Dang. I mean, hey, at least he still had some humanity left in him. Oh. No. That's not as complimentary as you think it is. Dang. Honestly, don't know what it's like to like lose a friend that's close to you. I can only imagine how awful it is. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to like think. Bronco Knight, a security guard, and a chess fanatic. Close friends with a man in the circus. Who does animal taming for a living? Okay, I need to know like how they became friends. I need to know. I really do. That's the spirit. Yeah, I really know how. I really need to know how they became friends. I really do. Hey, it's Max Galactica. I'm glad that Max is doing great. Well, I'll think about it. Rose. I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Be an attorney. That's good. Bittersweet. I'm not sure. Excuse me? Fender. I am a prosecutor. In the end, he never changed his mind, because he goes on to become chief prosecutor. So. Follow in my father's footsteps. Did I really do such a thing? I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my dad. An attorney like my father. Me? And that is the end. Guys, I think this was only like case 2. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna stop here. Oh, man. My small brain hurt. But thank you guys for joining me today for some more Ace Attorney. I'm so glad I finally got my capture card working again, like holy snap. So, what am I streaming tomorrow? Oh, visual novels, that's what I'm streaming tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for that. And then I will see you guys Wednesday for a new visual novel. Um, what was it? Wicked Witch? My brain is already forgetting. I don't know if I'll play it in its entirety. I'll try to do a lot of it. At least try to do like 3 hours, maybe. Also, yes, we will continue CS Starts later this week. Anyways,